Hey guys, today I'm back doing one of the most famous soups in Trinidad, which is split pea soup or dal. And this can be eaten with rice or roti, and you can have like dal rice and curry chicken. It's really a staple dish in Trinidad, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make it today. So if you want to see how to do it, then keep watching. So these are the simple ingredients you're gonna need to make dal. And I have half cup of dal here that I really washed about 5 times. And you just want to get like the dirt out of it and wash it really clean until the water runs clear. You're still gonna get some of these frothy stuff, but that's okay. Just make sure you wash it about 4 to 5 times and just soak it in some water about an hour before you start cooking, so it's a little easier to boil. But it's totally optional. If you don't want to soak it before, you'll just have to let it boil a little longer. I have some Trinidad hot pepper here. I did about half of a pepper, I just cut it up. You can also put the pepper in whole and burst it at the end, it's your choice. I have half a teaspoon of ground cumin or jeera, roasted. I have a quarter teaspoon of salt, but we'll taste it for salt while it's cooking. I have about half of a head of garlic, which is about 6 cloves that I just crushed. And to chunky the dal, which is to kind of infuse the jeera with the oil. We're gonna use some whole cumin or jeera. This is about half a teaspoon. I have 3 curry leaves or carapile leaves as it's known in Trinidad. And this is optional. If you don't want to use this, you don't have to. I just think it gives it a really nice flavor. And some people chunky their dal with garlic, so you can do that as well. I also have 1 tablespoon of canola oil. I'm gonna use this to chunky the garlic, and I'm gonna use this to chunky the jeera and the carapile leaf. So I have my pot on high heat, and I'm just adding the dal along with 3 cups of water. So what we're gonna do is just leave this to boil. And you don't want to fill it up too much, because sometimes when you do dal, it kind of boils over the pot. So we'll add water as it's boiling so that it doesn't boil over. And you can also pressure cook this if you want. You can pressure cook it for about half an hour to 45 minutes and it'll be perfect, but I'm actually going to use my immersion blender to get it pureed. So now that that's in, I'm gonna add in the jeera, salt, pepper and garlic. So you just want to stir it really well and let it come to a nice boil. And we'll add some more water. So I'm gonna leave this to boil for about 15 to 20 minutes and I'll come back and show you guys. So it's been about 10 minutes and I'm just gonna add about 2 more cups of water because this set of water is reducing now. So I'm gonna add 2 more cups. So I'm adding 1 more. And I'm just gonna let this boil for a couple minutes, for about 15-20 minutes, and we have to let this boil until it's soft and ready to be pureed. So I'm just gonna leave this and then we'll check it to see how soft it is. And I know some people put baking soda in theirs to get it soft, but I personally don't do that. I just leave it to get soft on its own. So if that's how you make it, then that's totally fine. So it's been 20 minutes now and the dal is really starting to get soft. I don't know if you can see this. See how soft it is? It's like breaking apart. So I think it's time to puree this. If you want, you can also use a swizzle stick, as they call it in Trinidad, and you can just swizzle it up. But I don't have that, so I'm gonna just use this blender. I'm just gonna blend it until it's really nicely pureed. So there's still a few chunks in there, so I'm just gonna add a little more water and let those hard pieces of dal get soft, and then I'll puree it again. So I just added about 1.5 cups of water, and I just noticed that the color is off. I forgot to mention that we need to add a little bit of turmeric or saffron to this. So you just want to add about 1/2 teaspoon or just a pinch, just to give it some color. And you would want to add this when it now starts boiling. I just forgot to add it. So I'm just gonna let it go for about 10 minutes again, and I'll puree it once more, just so that those little chunks of dal could get pureed too. So it's been 10 minutes and I just pureed it again. So now it's really nice and smooth. So this is a really good thickness for me, because I don't like dal too thick. I like it a bit thin. So I'm just gonna set the pot aside. I'm gonna turn it off the heat, and now I'm gonna chunk it. I moved the dal aside, and now I'm gonna chunk it. So I'm gonna add the tablespoon of oil. And you just want to let it heat up for a little bit. So once the oil is starting to heat up, I'm just going to add my carapile or curry leaves. And I'm going to add my my whole jeera. And you just want to let it fry up for about 5 minutes. Just until you see the jeera starts to pop and get kind of black. That jeera smell is just so amazing, and the jeera taste in the dal is just delicious. And the curry leaves also, they give it such a nice taste. So this looks ready. I'm gonna bring the pot over here. And make sure you have the cover on hand, and you want to cover it as soon as you pour it in there, because you want to infuse the flavors of the curry leaves and the jeera. So just leave it there for about a minute or two. And those flavors gonna infuse into the dal and give it such a nice taste. So I'll let the cover on for like 2 minutes, and it smells amazing. So now that I have the perfect texture for my dal and the thickness that I want, all you want to do now is just taste it with salt and pepper. And Mine, I tasted and it just needs a little bit more salt. So I just added the salt and I'm gonna turn it off now. And that's how you make dal, guys. So it's so easy. Anybody could do this. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see videos as soon as I upload them, then subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.